Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling, well, love and relationships. It's a big one.
It really is. And our source today is Richard Templar's The Rules of Love. It's framed as a personal code for happier relationships.
Right. And the goal isn't to give you, every piece of advice out there, because that's overwhelming.
Exactly. We're trying to pull out the key principles Templar observed in people who are just good at relationships. Practical stuff.
Stuff you can use, like, right away for partners, family, stronger connections.
And Templar himself acknowledges, right up front, how complex this stuff gets. Love feels simple.
Uh-huh. But then people get involved. We complicate things.
Yeah. Finding it, showing it, keeping it going. Lots of people struggle. It's common.
So his approach wasn't like academic theory. He watched people who were happy.
Uh-huh. He looked for the pattern, the common behaviors, the principles they lived by.
Almost like an instruction manual, he calls it. But more like reminders, common sense we forget.
Right. Not groundbreaking secrets, just what works. So we're diving into those actionable rules today.
Okay, let's jump in. Part 1. Rules for relationships, specifically with partners. Rule 20 is be nice. Seems basic.
It does, but honestly, it's the foundation, isn't it? Without that basic kindness, that consideration, nothing else really works.
It's the baseline. Everything else builds on it.
Precisely. The soil, you could say.
Okay, rule 21. Be together because you want to, not because you need to. This feels really core.
Oh, absolutely. It's about interdependence versus dependence. A really healthy relationship actually makes you stronger individually.
So you're not looking for someone to complete you.
Exactly. You're two whole people choosing to be together. Your partner should enhance your confidence, make you more capable on your own.
But you want to be with them.
Yes. And Templar makes a really interesting point about bereavement here.
Oh, yeah.
He suggests people who loved their partner deeply but didn't need them for their own sense of self often cope better with loss.
Wow, that makes sense. Their identity isn't completely shattered. It's built on desire, not just necessity.
Exactly. Which flows into Rule 22. Allow your partner the space to be themselves, respecting that wholeness we just talked about.
Right. So it's okay to have separate interests, friends.
Yeah.
It's not a rejection.
Not at all. It's an affirmation of their individuality. It actually keeps the relationship from getting, stale or suffocating.
Keeps things interesting. Okay, rule 23. Look to your own faults.
Yeah.
Oof. Before blaming.
Yeah. That crucial pause, right? Before you point the finger, just take a breath. What was my part in this?
It can de-escalate things so much faster if you own your bit.
Absolutely. More collaborative problem solving.
Then rule 24, be honorable. This feels bigger than just being nice.
It is. It's about integrity. Acting in a way your partner can be proud of, not just towards them, but like in the world generally.
That builds that deep trust and respect.
That's the bedrock.
Okay, now for a potentially tricky pair. Rule 25, put each other first. And rule 46, your partner is more important than your kids.
Whoa! Yeah, that one definitely makes people pause.
So what's the thinking there? It sounds harsh.
Templar's argument is about the foundation. The couple is the foundation of the family unit. The kids, they grow up, they leave home eventually. The partnership is what remains. So nurturing that core relationship
Actually makes the whole family stronger in the long run.
That's the idea. It's not about neglecting the kids, obviously. It's about keeping the central pillar strong, which benefits everyone.
It's a long-term perspective. Makes sense. Okay, rule 28. Accept the differences. Embrace what you have in common. Finding that balance.
Yeah, because differences aren't bad. They can make you a better team, Complementary strengths.
Right. But you also need that shared ground.
Absolutely. You've got to cherish the things you do share, the passions, the values. That's the glue.
Rule 29 is short and sweet. Houston, we have a problem. Don't ignore stuff.
Please don't. Ignoring problems just lets them fester. If your partner's unhappy, it's a shared problem. You tackle it together.
Got it. Rule 30. You want to do what?
Yeah.
This is about supporting dreams, right? Even big ones.
Yeah, supporting their growth, their ambitions, even if it means, some extra effort or adjustment for you.
But like within reason. He
Yeah.
clarifies that,
Well,
right?
yeah, not for anything illegal or, say, infidelity, but for reasonable personal growth, big life changes. Approach it with support, not just a flat no.
Okay. Rule 31. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Yeah.
Basically, sort out arguments quickly.
Yes. Don't let resentment build up overnight. Templar says arguments with loved ones need different handling, more urgency.
Start fresh each day. No salting.
Exactly. Which leads to Rule 32. Be the first to say sorry.
Even if you think you were right.
It's less about being right or wrong and more about stopping the escalation. Saying sorry for letting it get heated shows the relationship matters more.
Hmm, that's a good way to put it. It's strength, not weakness.
Totally. Then Rule 33, don't belittle your partner ever.
Even as a joke.
He argues no. It chips away at respect, at their self-esteem, and it reflects badly on you.
And definitely don't air dirty laundry in public when you're angry.
Never. Just
Rule 34 warns. Don't put them on a pedestal and expect them to stay there. Realistic expectations needed.
Idealizing someone just sets them, and you, up for disappointment. Everyone messes up.
Accepting that makes it more real, less pressure.
Exactly. More authentic.
Okay, Rule 39. Don't be a nag. We all know nagging doesn't really work.
Right. It just builds resentment. He suggests talking openly, finding creative solutions, maybe just accepting different timescales sometimes.
Better alternatives. Rule 40 suggests using humor for minor stuff. If little things annoy you, say so with humor.
Yeah, a light touch can work wonders for small, persistent irritations. Makes the feedback easier to swallow.
Like the example of the friend commenting on multitasking.
Exactly. But you also have to be able to take that kind of comment with humor, too. It goes both ways.
True. Rule 41 is simpler. Go that extra step in trying to please them. Make the effort.
Just showing you care, that you want to bring them joy. It matters.
And Rule 42. Make sure your partner is always pleased to see you. Cultivate that positive vibe.
Try to be a source of comfort, not stress. Obviously, everyone has bad days, but generally, aim for positive energy.
Rule 43 is subtle but important. Know when to listen and when to act. Big difference.
Huge. So often, someone just needs to vent to feel heard, not have you jump in with solutions immediately.
So start by listening. Ask if they want advice.
That's the key. Validate first, then offer help if needed.
Okay. Rule 44 is tricky. Let them know if you don't like their friends. How do you do that?
Carefully, tactfully. Focus on your feelings about the friend's behavior, not attacking the friends themselves. Frame it as concern for your partner.
Not trying to control them. Rule 45, jealousy is your stuff, not theirs. Take ownership.
Yes. Jealousy usually says more about your own insecurities than about your partner's actions. Look inward first.
Don't just blame them.
Right.
Rule 47, make time for romance. Needs conscious effort, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Schedule it if you have to. Big dates, small gestures, keep that spark alive intentionally.
Don't let it just fade away. Rule 48, have a passion for your life together. Don't take it for granted.
Remember why you're with them. Keep prioritizing their happiness. Keep that initial enthusiasm going in some way. Avoid complacency.
Okay, cluster now around shared responsibility. Rule 50, don't dump responsibility on your partner.
Yeah, share the load. Don't assume they'll just handle things.
Rule 51, don't criticize them in front of the kids. United front.
Super important. Kids need to see you as a team.
And another Rule 51, or maybe related, if you're not involved in your partner's life, what are you there for? Be present.
Exactly. It's all about being an active, engaged partner, sharing life, burdens, joys.
Rule 52 is about intimacy. Make sure your lovemaking is making love. Quality over just act.
It's about connection, kindness, respect, mutual desire, not pressure, not obligation, expressing love.
Got it. Rules 54 and 55 focus on deeper communication. Encourage them to talk about anything and everything.
Create that safe space. Listen without judging.
And most everyday arguments are about something else, looking underneath the surface stuff.
Right. Like, an argument about cleaning might really be about feeling unappreciated or unsupported. You need open talk to find that out.
Makes sense. Rule 56, respect privacy, even when you're super close.
Everyone needs some personal space, some thoughts just for them. Snooping or constant suspicion, that kills trust.
You have to trust them. Okay, Rule 61, don't let the first flush fade. It talks about how love evolves.
Yeah, that initial intense buzz naturally changes into something deeper, more comfortable. Appreciate the richness of that. Don't just mourn the early days.
Focus on the gains, not the perceived loss. And Rule 62, be generous to each other financially.
It's part of being a team, right? Share resources, support each other. Don't be stingy or keep score with your partner.
It reflects that in-it-together mindset.
Totally.
Nearly there for partners. Rule 67, make an effort with their family.
Shows respect for your partner, strengthens the whole network. It matters.
And the big finale, Rule 68, keep talking.
The lifeblood. Seriously. For understanding, for navigating problems, for staying connected, just keep talking.
Right.
Openly, honestly.
Okay, great stuff. Let's briefly touch on rules for family. Rules 74 and 75. Don't blame your parents and don't let your parents control your feelings. Establishing adult boundaries.
Yeah, taking ownership as an adult. Your past shapes you, but you're responsible for your present feelings and choices. Emotional independence.
Rule 78 is interesting. Treat them the way you believe is right, no matter how they treat you. Take the high road.
Kind of. It's about acting from your own integrity. Responding to unfairness with more negativity just keeps the cycle going. Act with understanding like you would with a friend.
Don't get dragged down. Rule 79. Don't pressure your family just because you can. Respect their limits.
Yeah, family ties aren't a license to bulldoze boundaries, still need respect.
And quickly, Rule 80, never be too busy for loved ones. Rule 82, they don't have to be the same as you. Pretty self-explanatory.
Make time, accept differences, fundamental stuff for family harmony.
The other family rules mention letting go of roles, choosing friends carefully, managing guilt, love equals time, giving gets you more, people seem like broad wisdom too.
They really apply across the board in relationships, yeah. Adapting, support systems, emotional health, connection, it's all intertwined.
Okay, let's shift to the rules of parting,
Yeah.
but starting with one that's crucial even before you partner up. Rule 3, you won't be happy with a partner until you can be happy on your own.
Oh, this is fundamental. It's not about finding someone to make you happy. It's about bringing your own happiness to the relationship.
Two whole people, like we said before.
Exactly. Templar mentions someone who feared being alone so much they jumped between relationships, always settling.
Because they needed someone.
Right. Learning to be content on your own raises your standards. You won't stay in bad situations out of fear. You choose someone because they add to your already happy life, not out of desperation.
Powerful. Okay, Rule 9, we touched on it, but it fits here too. You can't change people, really accepting that.
It's such a common trap, isn't it? Thinking, oh, I can fix them, or they'll change once we're serious.
Like the tidy person thinking the messy one will magically reform.
Yeah. Surface habits might shift a bit with compromise, but core personality, deep-seated traits, very unlikely. Trying to force it just makes everyone miserable.
So don't start a relationship planning to change the other person.
Please don't. And this goes double for serious issues. Addiction, abuse. That's not something you can change in them. They need professional help.
Absolutely. Rule 16, don't paint new partners with old brushes. Avoid projecting the past.
So important. Don't assume your new partner will hurt you or treat you the same way someone else did. Give them and the relationship a clean slate.
Let it be its own thing. Rule 17, make sure you both have the same shared goals before getting too serious.
Yes. Talk about the big stuff. Kids, where do you want to live long term? Core values. Get on the same page, or at least understand where you differ before major commitments.
Like the couple he mentioned, with different country plans.
Exactly. People can change their minds later, sure, but starting with aligned fundamental goals gives you a much better shot.
Makes sense. And the last one we'll cover from parting, Rule 19, be cruel to be kind when you're the one who doesn't love them back.
This is tough, really tough. But if the love isn't there on your side, staying out of pity or comfort or fear of hurting them,
This prolongs the pain.
Templar argues yes. It prevents both of you from finding a relationship where the love is mutual and fulfilling. Ending it, though incredibly hard, can be the kindest thing in the long run.
Wow. Okay, that brings us towards the end. So wrapping up this look at Templar's rules of love, the big takeaway seems to be about conscious effort.
Definitely. Love isn't just a feeling, it's actions. It takes work, self-awareness, sticking to these kinds of principles, kindness, respect, honesty, space, communication.
And like you said, a lot of it feels like common sense, but seeing it laid out is a really useful reminder. We get busy, we forget.
Exactly. It's a practical checklist to keep relationships healthy, romantic, or familial.
So for you listening, maybe take a second. Which of these rules jumped out at you? Is there one small thing you could try this week?
Yeah, maybe focus on one principle. And perhaps here's a final thought to leave you with. Think about those key relationships in your life. Are they really built on want to be together? Or is there some need to creeping in?
Ooh, that's a good one. And linked to that, what's just one rule, one single principle we talked about today that you could actively practice this week to make one important connection even stronger?